Hi, welcome to She Spice. It seems as though we have one more 2024 separation in the mix, people. This time it's Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Yet truly wasn't this one sort of unsurprising. Reports express they're on the way to separate from the explanation certain individuals propose it very well, maybe because of Ben's supposed gay undertakings, and presently Jennifer is apparently discussing it, and apparently their relationship is very nearly disarray. So from where did Ben's gay gossip began? You will be astounded to realize that it was when Matt Damon and Ben's fellowship was at its pinnacle, and individuals began estimating more than companionship. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have teamed up on numerous activities with Harvey Weinstein. Previously, Affleck openly complimented Weinstein for his contribution to their work together during the 1997 Oscars. When Affleck won an honor for altruism hunting, he offered thanks, saying Harvey Weinstein, who had faith in us and made this film anyway. A few spectators noticed that he showed up fairly apprehensive during his acknowledgement discourse. Harvey Weinstein, who put stock in us, what's more, made this film Gusan Sans for splendid bearing Robin Williams anyway. When time elapsed and Harvey's actual face was uncovered to the world, he put out an announcement on his Facebook account saying that he was disheartened and irate, that a man he once worked with exploited his ability to threaten exposition and control numerous ladies over many years. The extra claims of a book that I read today made me debilitated. Affleck added Affleck kept on saying that he's asking himself how he might ensure this doesn't occur to others. We should uphold the individuals who approach censure this sort of conduct when we see it and assist with guaranteeing there are more ladies in strategic, influential places. Affleck closed, and certain individuals additionally accept that Ben was on Harvey's warning rundown, pointing towards dubious activities before the arrival of dangerous reports that catalyzed the #MeToo development and eventually added to the ruin of the previous film. Tycoon Harvey Weinstein kept a rundown of people he was troubled, could address columnists in 2017 about his collaborations with ladies. Ben Affleck's name was among those recorded in this report, regularly alluded to as the warning rundown, a detail supported by assortment. Upon survey this common, in this industry, it should broaden into no money in tech, and this different spots, and it's actually supposedly this rundown was simply only one part of roughly 1,000 pages of archives that were unlocked at the New York City Criminal Town Hall before Harvey Weinstein condemning during Weinstein's 7-week preliminary this arc. Hive was referenced, yet just the name of informer Annabella Sora was uncovered as being on the rundown. The lead examiner looked to introduce the whole rundown, which included both male and female names, to the jury for their assessment anyway. The adjudicator at last denied this solicitation. It resembled a truly significant second. It seems like when you realize survivors are getting comfortable with themselves and individuals are similar to, and I remember myself for this truly, there is hype. Thesis among certain people that assuming Ben Affleck's name showed up on the rundown, Matt Damon's name could have been incorporated too. This hypothesis emerges from the conviction that Matt Damon would be able to have likewise been a casualty of Harvey Weinstein and possibly had a few negative encounters with him. Thinking about that, Ben had previously shared his own encounters, including Harvey Weinstein, said the encounters he had making his initial works with Weinstein are presently polluted in light of the fact that while we were making these motion pictures, there were individuals who were enduring. He emphasized his point to give any leftover pay he acquires from Weinstein's movies to associations. For example, Downpour and Film Free, and Joe Rogan has additionally brought up Harvey's more dubious activities. As he dove more profound into the complicated universe of Tinseltown, he enlightened a few interesting associations and communications that have started WID spread hypothesis and discussion. He evidently embraced a lady, and his hand went down her back. This is the portrayal at the core of Weinstein's control, as framed by Rogan, was a profoundly upsetting quid pro quo situation. Purportedly, he would let these hopeful entertainers know that if they participated in acts with him, they would be conceded the sought-after valuable open door to becoming stars in his films. Anyway, once an entertainer had followed his requests, they wound up liable for additional expenses and misuse. Ben likewise said, I realized Weinstein was unpleasant and sort of a domineering jerk. However, sadly, that wasn't just unprecedented. He cleared up that as a 24-year-old rookie for Hollywood who had never made a film yet, His such a lot of help to his companion didn't agree with his fans back. In 2023, Matt Damon got himself an issue with the Aldabutku in addition to local area, when he offered remarks about his kinship with Ben Affleck. The Martian entertainer was examining the idea of their relationship and conceded that the gossipy tidbits about them being sincerely connected set us up to need to answer. You understand what I mean? The effective Hollywood entertainer communicated worry that individuals scrutinizing his geek could think twice about future vocation in the business. Damon added that the hypothesis about him and Ben Affleck was then actually profoundly hostile. I would suggest it's some kind of illness. Then it's like I'm blaming everything on my companions. These remarks came soon after Damon had a public conflict with columnist Effie Brown on HBO's Task Greenlight. He hindered the dark filmmaker's ability to communicate. While you're discussing variety, you do it in the projecting of the film, not the projecting of the show. Effie showed up apparently astonished and frustrated by the entertainer's interference. Damon immediately moved on Twitter following the questionable remarks. Damon quickly safeguarded himself, expressing that he's grieved that they insulted certain individuals. However, in any event, I'm glad that they began a conversation about variety in Hollywood. Besides, during a meeting, he said that it is hard for entertainers in the business to come across as gay straightforwardly, and individuals began conjecturing that here, too, he was discussing Ben. When Ben and I originally came on the scene, there were reports that we were gay since it was two people who composed a script together. Damon told England's Watchmen, alluding to their Oscar-winning 1997 film Generosity. Hunting's very much like any piece of tattle, and it set us up to need to answer. You understand what I mean, which was then actually profoundly hostile. Damon proceeded with, I would suggest it's some kind of sickness then. At that point, it's like I'm blaming everything on my companions in any case. At the time I thought and saying Bert Everett was straightforwardly gay, and this person more attractive than anyone traditionally prepared. Entertainer, it's hard to suggest the viewpoint that he didn't take a hit for being out. Damon recognized that mentalities toward the gay local area are developing. However, he likewise communicated compassion on toward entertainers who are openly out. Yet as far as entertainer, I naturally suspect you're a better entertainer. The less individuals are familiar, and S is a gigantic piece of that. Damon, who's been hitched to spouse Luciana for 10 years, said whether you're straight or gay, individuals shouldn't be aware anything about your S, since that is one of the secrets that you ought to have the option to play. Then Ben Affleck purportedly viewed himself as a serious entertainer in the wake of depicting a scene where he kissed one more man in the movie Pursuing Amy. Chief Kevin Smith shared at a 20th commemoration screening of the 1997 non-mainstream hit Pursuing Amy at the Outfest LGBT celebration in Los Angeles that Affleck and co-star Jason Lee initially had an awkward outlook on their on-screen gay kiss, as indicated by Gay News. Smith reviewed Affleck, saying that a man kissing another man is the best acting test an entertainer can at any point confront, and subsequent to recording, Affleck supposedly commented, "Now I'm a serious entertainer in the film." Affleck plays a comic book craftsman who creates affection for a lesbian, Joey Lauren Adams, who muddles his relationship with his dearest companion, Jason Lee. Affleck, who openly upheld marriage balance on Twitter in 2014, communicated his distress by recording the scene in a 2017 meeting with Diversion. This evening, I'm not homophobic. I surmise I'm more than I naturally suspected, and that you realize it was only hard for me, and I didn't figure it would be even one individual composed man. I'm gay. And it ain't homophobic. Who you kiss depends on you, assuming it feels gross. So be it. He has never really said anything terrible about gay individuals or homo-s overall. In this way isn't homophobic. The exacting meaning of homophobic is having or showing an aversion of or bias against homo-s individuals. Not I could do without kissing folks. BC. I'm straight. And presently individuals are guessing that his supposed gay way of behaving is the explanation for the separation. Bennifer sentiment lighted in 2001, finishing in Ben Affleck proposing with an enormous pink jewel wedding band in 2002. Anyway, they confronted a mishap when they canceled their wedding not long before the function in 2004, at last cutting off their friendship, as scarcely any months after the fact, almost 20 Years after the fact, in 2021, Ben and Jennifer were seen partaking in a heartfelt date in the Hamptons. Their get-together as Bennifer turned into a significant title in 2021, catching far-reaching consideration. Quick forward to mid-2023, and Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck have at long last subsided into wedded life following an excursion spreading over 20 years and to commitment like I can't leave 'cause of my. Subscribe She Spice for more video.